जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is the 13th of October. It is a Sunday. It is Ashwini Masa Padmanabha Masa, Sukla Paksham, and Ekadasi Tithi. So today is the Pasham Kusha Ekadasi. So one has to be fasting from grains, beans, cereals, and all kinds of any fruit which has got too many seeds. But one can take the pulp, but not the seeds. So that is Ekadasi. We shall read a few lines from the iskandesati.com about Pasham Kusha Ekadasi. So the glories of Pasham Kusha Ekadasi, which occurs during the waxing moon in the month of September or October, is described in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana in the conversation between Lord Krishna and Maharaj Yudhishthira. Maharaj Yudhishthira said, O Madhusudana, what is the name of Ekadasi that occurs during the waxing moon in the month of September or October? Please be kind and explain this to me. Lord Krishna replied, O best of the kings, the name of this Ekadasi is Pasham Kusha Ekadasi. Now please hear from me the glories of this Ekadasi, which destroys all one's sins. Some people also call this Ekadasi as Papan Kusha Ekadasi. So one should especially worship Lord Padmanabha on the day of this Ekadasi. This Ekadasi awards a person the heavenly pleasures, liberation, and his desired results. Just by chanting the holy names of Lord Vishnu, one can attain all the piety of visiting all the holy places on the earth. If a conditioned soul, in spite of indulging in various sinful activities due to illusion, takes shelter and offers obeisances at the lotus feet of Lord Hari, who is expert in delivering the fallen souls, then such a person does not have to go to hell. Those Vaishnavas who criticize Lord Shiva and those Saivites who criticize Lord Vishnu are both undoubtedly go to hell. The result one obtains by performing 1000 horse sacrifices or by performing 100 Rajasuya sacrifices cannot be equal to the 1/16th portion of piety one obtains by following this Ekadasi. There is no piety in this world which is equal to the piety earned by observing the Ekadasi. Therefore, there is no other day as sanctified as this day of Ekadasi, which is very dear to Lord Padmanabha. O King, as soon as a person fails to observe the Ekadasi, the sins begin to reside in his body. The Ekadasi awards its follower the heavenly pleasure, liberation, freed from diseased condition, beautiful women, wealth, and food grains. O maintainer of the earth, if one observes this Ekadasi and remains awake on that night, easily goes to the abode of Lord Vishnu. Lord Krishna continued, O best of the kings, by observing the vow of this Ekadasi, one can deliver 10 generations from his mother's family, 10 generations from his father's family, and 10 generations from his wife's family. If a person observes this Ekadasi, either in his childhood or youthhood or in his old age, he does not suffer the miseries of the material existence. One who strictly observes this Pashankusha or Papankusha Ekadasi, then all his sinful reactions are eradicated, and at the end of his life, he uh, returns to the abode of Lord Vishnu. If a person gives away gold, sesame seeds, land, cow, food grains, water, umbrella, or shoes in charity, then such a person does not have to go to the abode of Yamaraj. Anyone who worships this day without engaging in pious activities, he is like a dead man, although he is breathing. His breathing is compared to the bellows of the blacksmith. O best of the kings, a person who digs well and lakes for the benefit of others donates land and houses, and perform other pious activities, such as performing sacrifices, is not subjected to the punishment of Yamaraja. As a result of piety only, people live long lives, become rich, take birth in high-class families, and become diseaseless. The purport is that the direct result of observing the Ekadasi is to attain devotional service to Krishna, and the indirect result is to attain the temporary material benefits. Papankusha Ekadasi ki jai. So this is about the events for today. So today is the Papankusha Ekadasi. Okay, so we shall move to our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Parikshit Maharaj, he is asking questions to Sukadeva Goswami. So about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So previously he was asking questions whether the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the body of the living entities, how do they differ? And like, can you please explain all these things to me? And also, all these 14 planetary systems, when they have sprouted as a lotus flower from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, how did they exist? And what is the body of, what is the size of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu? Can you please explain all these things to me? What is the difference between the living entities' bodies and the Lord's body? So likewise, in that sequence, Parikshit is inquiring from Sukadeva Goswami. So today he is inquiring about Brahma. As soon as Brahma was born from the lotus flower, which has sprouted out of the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Brahma has seen the body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu by the mercy of the Lord. So can you please explain all these things about the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu? So, and whether he is, how he creates this universe without coming in touch with Maya, without touch with the matter. Please explain all these things to me kindly. Likewise, Parikshit is inquiring from Sukadeva Goswami. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 8, verse number 9 and 10. So yesterday's shloka, Asid yad budrat padmam loka samsthana lakshanam, yavan ayam vai purusha, iyatta avayavaihi prutak, tavan asau iti proktaha samstha avayavan iva. So he wanted to know that iyattam avayavaihi, what is the size of Garbhodak Sai Vishnu? Very intelligent question. Okay, so let us see what Parikshit is asking today. So what's number 9? अजः सृजति भूतानि भूतात्मा यद अनुग्रहात् ददृशे येन तद्रूपं न विपद्मा समुद्भवः अजः सृजति भूतानि. Ajaha is one who is born without a material source. So here this is Brahma. Srujati, and then Brahma creates bhutani, all those materially born. So bhuta, whenever it is used bhuta, it includes you of the material elements, panchabhutas. Ajaha srujati bhutani. Brahma creates all the materially born living entities. Bhutatma yad anugrahat. Bhutatma yad anugrahat, having a body of matter. Yet anugrahat, by the mercy of, by the whose mercy? It is the Lord's mercy. Bhutatma have yet anugrahat, and dadrushayena tadrupam. So, so that Brahma who creates these living entities, which has got material bodies, that Brahma has seen Dadrushe Yena Tadrupam. He has seen the form of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Dadrushe Yena Tadrupam Navi Padma Samudbhavaha. And that Rupam has got Navi Padma Samudbhavaha. So from his body navel, Navi Padma. So Tadrupam, Dadrushe Yena Tadrupam, that form Navi Padma in the navel, Padma, lotus flower, Samudbhavaha, being born of. So here Parikshit wanted to know about the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. What is the size of his body and whether Brahma has seen his body. Please explain those to me. So Brahma might have given that knowledge to his son Narada Muni and many other disciples and many of his children. And then that knowledge has coming down to you, Sukadev Goswami. You know everything. So in the disciplic succession, please explain all these things to me. Likewise, Parikshit is asking, and then he also is inquiring about the सचापि यत्र पुरुषो विश्वस्थिति उद्भव अप्ययः मुक्तात्म मायं मायेशः स्ते सर्वगुहाशयः सचापि यत्र पुरुषो that सचापि यत्र पुरुषो that is he, that supreme personality of Godhead, api he is yatra purushah, where this personality of Godhead, vishwastiti udbhava apyayah, this is the Visva, it is Sthiti is the maintenance, Udbhava, creation, Apyayaha, it is the destruction. Vishva Sthiti Udbhava, Apyayaha, annihilation. And then Muktva Atmamayam Mayeshaha, and without being touching with the matter, Mayam, Atmamay. So Muktva Atmamayam, without being touched, Atmamayam, by his own energy, Atmamayam, Maheshaha, the Lord of all energies. Maheshaha, Sete Sarva Guhasayaha, and the Lord lies on Sarva Guhasayaha, one who lies in everyone's heart. So how he creates, maintains, and destroys without being in touch with the material energy, though he is the Lord of the material energy. So likewise, can you please explain all these things about that Purusha? So Parikshit is asking. Sachapi yatra Purusho Vishwasthiti Udbhava Apyayaha Muktatma Mayam Mayeshaha Sete Sarva Guhasayaha. It's very intelligent questions. He wanted to know all about Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Okay, so we shall go to the verse 9 and to see the translation for it. अजः सृजति भूतानि भूतात्म यदनुग्रहात् ददृशयेन तद्रूपं नाभि पद्म समुद्भवः. So translation for this verse. Brahma, who was not born of a material source but of the lotus flower coming out of the navel abdomen of the Lord, is the creator of all those who are materially born. Of course, by the grace of the Lord, Brahma was able to see the form of the Lord. And can I request any devotees to read this purport, please?
Right.
Yes, Mataji, please.
The first living creature, Brahma, is so called Aja because he did not take his birth from the womb of a mother materially born. He was directly born from the bodily expansion of the lotus flower of the Lord. Thus, it is not readily understandable whether the body of the Lord and that of the Brahma are of the same quality or different. This must also be clearly understood. One thing is, however, certain, Brahma was completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord because after his birth he could create living beings by the Lord's grace only. And he could see the form of the Lord. Whether the form seen by Brahma is of the same quality as that of Brahma is a bewildering question. And Maharaja Parikshit wanted to get clear answers from Srila Sukadeva Goswami. Srila Prabhupada.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here Brahma is called Ajit. So Prabhupada is explaining the first living creature, Brahma, is called Ajaha because he did not take birth from the womb of the mother materially born. And he is born from the lotus flower. And also here Prabhupada mentions, thus it is not readily understandable whether the body of the Lord and that of the Brahma are the same quality or different. Generally, in this material world, in our experience, whatever the quality of the father and mother, the child receives the similar quality. But here, Brahma comes from a lotus flower in a different way, not directly even from the bomb. So first lotus flower emanates, and then from the lotus flower Brahma comes, and he Parikshit intelligent question whether Brahma's body and Garbhoda Sai Vishnu's body are the same or different in equality. Likewise, he is asking. So, Prabhupada, this must also be clearly understood. One thing is, however, certain that Brahma was completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord, because after his birth, he could create living beings by the Lord's grace only. He could see the form of the Lord, whether the form seen by Brahma is one of the is of the same quality as that of Brahma is a bewildering question. So this is Maharaja Parikshit questions. Okay, and then further, next shloka is the Sachap yatra purusho vishwasiti buddhava apyayaha muktatma mayam mayeshaha sete sarva guhasayaha. So this translation for this was, please also explain the personality of Godhead who lies in the heart as the super soul and as the Lord of all energies, but is untouched by his external energy. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Undoubtedly, the form of the Lord who was seen by Brahma must be transcendental. Otherwise, how could he simply look upon the creative energy without being touched? It is understood also that the same Purusha lies in the heart of every living entity. This also requires proper explanation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So these are the questions of Parikshit Maharaj. So he wanted to understand. So as in the Srimad Bhagavatam, these conversations will be revealed by Sukadeva Goswami, which are happened between Vidura and Maitreya Rishi. So the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, so who is in the Garbhodaka ocean, from whose navel that the lotus flower has sprouted out, and then Brahma has come out, and then by the mist he could not see the Lord immediately, though he wanted to find the source of the lotus flower. He entered into the ocean, Garbhodaka ocean, and to see what is the source of this flower, but he could not see anything. By the time all of his lifespan, it is coming to end. So, I mean, that means he has spent most of his time. And then he returned back in his failure attempt to find the source of it. Then he seated, by the time he has heard the two words, tapa. So, and then he situated himself in the tapasya. At the time, later on, so कालेन सोचः पुरुषायुषाभिः प्रवृत्तयोगेन विरूढबोधः स्वयं तद् अन्तसदये अवभातम् अपश्यत यन्न पूर्वम्. So after the tapasya, he could see the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his heart itself. This is Swayam Tad Antahrudaye Avabhatam. Antahrudaye Avabhatam. This is what happened. So after his failure attempt by his personal endeavor, going physically and trying to search the Lord, he could not find. But when he situated in the tapasya, then he could see the Lord, which was not able to find by his personal endeavor. It is a similar in our day-to-day life. We try to find the God through our so many materialistic activities. That is not the thing. Lord is in the heart. One has to situate himself in the tapasya, austerities and penances. Then Swayam Antarhudaye Avabhatam, the Lord will be revealed in the heart. which is not possible. Apasita yanna purvam, which was not possible for Brahma in his previous attempts. Then he has seen the later on, after completely purification, then he could see with his eyes the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu form as well later on. And then at the time, so this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu's form, it is inside the ocean. There is no sunlight, no moonlight, no air, and no fire. That are so there. Sudarshan Chakra is protecting there, so that they cannot enter into that waters. That is Surya Indu Vayu Agni Agamam Tridamabihi Parikramat Pradhanikaihi Durasadam. So that is Parikramat Pradhanikaihi Durasadam. It was not possible for them to enter into Garbhodaka ocean. At that time, Brahma Tariheva Tannabi Sarak Sarojam Atmanam Baha Swasanam Viecha Dadarsha Devo Jagato Vidata Natah Param Loka Visarga Drushtihi. Then, at that point of time, Brahma, Tariheva Tannabi Sarak Sarojam. So, at that time, he has seen the Lord, Atmanam Ambaha Swasanam Vyecha. This lotus flower was moving. This is Swasanam Vyecha. Swasanam Vyecha. That is, because of the big wind, it was moving this side and that side. At the time, Dadarsha Devo Jagato Vidata. Brahma could see the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Here, for the sake of dimensions, actually Brahma's lotus flower, Brahma is very small and Garbhodak Sai Vishnu very huge in comparison. But still, he could see the very gigantic form of the Lord. Dadarsha Devo Jagato Vidata Natah Param Loka Visarga Drushtihi. And he wanted to further create. And for that, Sakarma Bijam Rasoparaktaha Prajaha Sisrukha Nireva Drishtva. Because Brahma has come because of Kalakya Yasita Karma Tantro. Karma Tantra means whenever it happens to perform the activities. That is by Rajasa, mode of passion only it happens. Sakarma Bejam Rasoparaktaha Prajaha Siruksha Nedev Drishtva. Astodvisargavimukhastamidyam avyaktavatpani aviveshitatma. So in order to perform his activities further, and he started praying, offering his obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in his prayers, in the third canto, chapter 9, the first three shlokas, it glorifies the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is the transcendental to this material nature, and his body is different than the material nature. ज्ञातोऽसि मेज्य सुचिरात् ननु देहभाजं न ध्यायते भगवतो गतिरिज्यवध्यं नान्यत्वदस्ति भगवन्नपि तन्न शुद्धं माया गुण व्यतिकरात् यद् उरुर्विभासि. This is Maya Guna Vetikarad. His body is opposite to the material nature. And that form, Rupam yad yetad avbodha rasodayena shashvan tamasa sadanugrahaya Ado Gurhitam Avatar Shataika Bijam Yenna Vipadma Bhavanat Ahamavirasam. And whatever the form, Brahma is saying, Rupam Yad Yetad Avbodha Rasodayena. It is completely by internal potency, by the Lord form is he is showing by his internal potency. And it is Shashvan Nivritta Tamasa Sadanugrahaya. There is no mode of ignorance and passion within that body. It is a pure goodness. Nivritta Tamasaha, completely free from the material things. And that form is the Ado Gruhitam Avatara Shataika Bijam. Ado Gruhitam Avatara Shataika Bijam. This is the source of all other incarnations. This is the first expansion of the Lord, and from this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, all other incarnations comes from, like Narasimha, many other incarnations, Varaha Avtaram, and Turtle, Kurma Avtaram, Masha Avtaram, all comes from Garbhodaka. Adu Grihitam Avatar Shateke Bijam, Yanna Vipadma Bhavanat Ahamavirasam, and later on Brahma says, Natah Param Parama Yadbhavataha Swarupam आनंदमात्रम अविकल्पम अविद्यवच्चः पश्यामि विश्वसुजम् एकम अविश्वमात्मन भूतेन्द्रियात्मक मदस्थ उपासितोस्मि. And the Lord's form is Aviswamatman. Viswam is this material world, and Aviswamatman is which is beyond this material world. So Natah Param Parama Yadbhavatah Swarupam Anandamatram Avikalpam Aviddhavachaha. So the Lord's body is Aviddhavachaha. It is never deteriorated. It is the Natah Param. So this is Brahma's prayers. So here Parikshit is asking those questions. Those questions are answered to Parikshit by Sukadeva Goswami by quoting the Maitreya and Vidura's conversations. And Maitreya is quoting from the Brahma's prayers. So these are the, and by the mercy of the Lord, Brahma could see the form of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So this is again another picture of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Here it is very pleasant, but actually Brahma, he was bit disturbed as soon as he was the only person, and he was disturbed what to do. At the time, Lord spoke in a grave with grave voice. Ma Veda Garbha Gatrandrim Sargavudyamam Avaham Tanmaya Palitam Hegre Yanmam Pradhayate Bhavan. Brahma, he was a bit disturbed, and then that these words are Swasambhav Nishamyevam Tapo Vidya Samadhibihi Yavan Mano Vachahastutva Virarama Sakinnavat. By all his energy, by his Yavan Mano Vachahastutva, by his activities, by Manaha mind and Vachaha, by the words, he prayed to the Supreme Lord, and then he kept silent after seeing the Lord. And then, because Lord understands that Vishinna Chetasam Sena Kalpa Vitikara Ambhasa, and Brahma is a bit disturbed by looking at this devastating water, and the Lord understood that one. Ata Abhipretam Anviksha Brahmano Madhusudanaha. And then Loka Samstana Vijnana Atmanaha Parikijyataha. For the creation of this universe, Loka Samstana Vijnana Atmanaha Parikijyataha. Brahma was thinking, how can I create this for the living entities? Atmanaha parikijyataha. He was disturbed. Parikijyataha. So for that, tamaha aghadayavacha kashmalam samayanyava. Then Garbhodaksai Vishnu starts speaking to Brahma. Okay, likewise, that conversation goes. And here Parikshit wanted to know the body of Garbhodaksai Vishnu and also the Brahma and everything. So likewise, Parikshit is inquiring from the Sukadeva Goswami. So that is these two verses. Ajaha svijiti bhutani bhutatma idanagrahat dadrushayena tadhrupam nabi padma samudbhavaha sachapi yatra purusho vishwastiti udbhava apyayaha muktatma mayam mayeshaha sete sarva guhasayaha. Very beautiful verses. Okay, that is Parikshit inquiries. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly move into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is letter to Upendra, April 22nd, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request the devotee to read this letter, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu Maharaj.
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Rubendra, please accept my blessings. I beg to thank you very much for your letter dated 20th April 1970 with newspaper clipping enclosures, and they are all very encouraging. Don't worry about your wife. She is trying to get immigration visa and Madhudvesha is helping her. In the meantime, I am enclosing here with a copy of the police officer's letter to me, and I hope this will help you to get police permission for Sankirtana. We are the best peaceful group in the world, and we are trying to bestow upon the people the supermost knowledge for the humanity. Everyone should cooperate with us, but unfortunately, this is the age of Kali, and people are not very much eager to accept genuine things. So don't be disappointed. Do as you are doing now, and Krishna will help you without fail. To face difficulty is the course of preaching work is a kind of austerity. to face difficulty in the course of preaching work is a kind of austerity. These difficulties do not go in vain. The more we face difficulties, the more we draw the attention of Krishna. So, in that way, we shall be prepared to meet all kinds of difficulties in our preaching work. Such attempt gives gives us lift on our progressive march in Krishna consciousness. In in my last letter to Balimardan, I have already written that I was very much anxious to hear from you. Now this letter has given me much relief. Thank you very much that you are working so hard for this moment, and surely Krishna will reward sufficiently for your transcendental labor. Please be blessed and preach. I shall send you very soon detailed photographs of our new temple room, and I think that you will very much appreciate it. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. In this letter, Prabhupada was mentioning the important thing is like preaching is not an easy task, especially when it comes to the Western world. The hindrance will be more because the people all over in living here are new to the culture. They are completely engrossed in the material things, and all the facilities here are supporting towards enjoying instant gratification. So Prabhupada was mentioning like the difficulties when someone face when preach is actually a good thing because it is a kind of austerity. The scoldings or the setbacks when someone faced during the preaching work is kind of austerity because Krishna sees and Krishna counts all that setbacks faced by a devotee when he tries to mm, preach. So don't be disappointed because as the devotees suffer, Krishna's attention will be drawn towards the devotee. So take it as an austerity and take it as a good thing, and um, that will lift our Krishna consciousness progressive march that like the Prabhupada was mentioning. And when Prabhupada was mentioning about these Upendra's wives immigration visa setup and all, and I think the police was gave Prabhupada a positive or a positive letter for the Sankirtan party because the devotees march Sankirtana is most peaceful thing, so it won't cause any disturbance to the society's normal functioning. So Prabhupada was giving that letter, copy of that letter to these devotees, so that can be utilized there also. And yes, Prabhupada was thanking this disciple for taking this as a serious thing, and because this was a mission of Srila Prabhupada, spiritual master. So when his disciple are preaching the things, Prabhupada was very happy, and Prabhupada was appreciating that. And yes, Prabhu, that's what I could understand. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Nicely explained. Any other points, dear devotees, you wanted to add? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So this is preaching work. It is an austerity. And whatever we do in this Krishna consciousness, it will never ever go vain. It doesn't matter it is a one thing or many things are huge. So Krishna rewards accordingly. Rewards sufficiently for your transcendental labor. Be blessed and preach. This is Pumsam Swaka. This is Brahma also mentions this one. Pumsamato Vivida Karma Bihi Adharadyaihi Danena Chogra Tapasa Parityarjaya cha Aradhanam Bhagavataha Tava Satkriyardho Dharmorpitaha Karhit Mriyate Nayatra. Mriyate Nayatra. They will never ever go vain. Whatever we do to the Supreme Lord, it will never go vain. Dharmorpitaha Karhit. It is only for the sake of rendering devotional service to the Lord. Aradhanam Bhagavato Tava Satkriyardho. Only for pleasure of Krishna, it will never ever go vain. And Swalpamapyasya Dharmasya ite Mahato Bhayat Neha Vikramanasosti Pratyavayo na Vidyate. Krishna statement again. So that is this Krishna consciousness movement. Everyone will get an opportunity. Thank you so much, Mataji. Nicely explained. That is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So always one has to engage in propagating this Krishna consciousness movement for everyone. Okay, and from the announcements point of view, so tomorrow is teachings of Lord Chaitanya will continue, and then coming Tuesday, our teaching practice session with Saranya Mataji. And again, our regular activities, regular programs, Kirtan, Krishna book, and they are completely packed. So as usual activities. That's all from updates point of view from me. And dear devotees, if you wanted to share anything, any updates on Krishna consciousness, either from the temples or anything on Krishna consciousness and festivals that are celebrated by the devotees, not the non-devotees. There are people, Hindu people are celebrating. I'm not that one, but devotees, the mood of going to Durga Devi, asking the devotional service to Krishna. If dear devotees, if you wanted to share anything on it, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, if there are no updates, then we shall conclude that part, and then we shall move on to the next part, that is shloka learning. And also we have got many devotees are in the festivals and busy. Do not know if devotees wanted to continue.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, we can do.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so today it is the session for the shloka learning. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Here Sudha Goswami is describing the different incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the sequence. We have come to the incarnations. In the last session, the seventh incarnation is the Suyajna. So the first few slokas, we have gone from Jagurhe Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahadadibihi Sambhodam Sodasakalam Ado Loksisrukshaya Yasyam Vasasyanasya Yoga Nidram Vitinvataha Na Bihram Bujad Asid Brahma Visrujam Patihi Yasya Vayo Samsanaihi Kalpto Loka Vistaraha Tadbhai Bhagavato Rupam Vishuddham Sattamurjitam Paschenchadurupamadabhrachakyusa Sahasrapadur Bhujanadbhutam सहस्रमुर्धश्रवणाक्षिनासिकं सहस्रमौल्याम्भरकुण्डलोलसत् एतन्नानावताराणां निधानं भेजम् अव्ययं यशां शांसेन सुज्यन्ते देवतिर्यक्नरादयः. The incarnations state later on, Suta Goswami started explaining from the Kumaras, and then Varahadeva, and then third one is Narada Muni, fourth one is Naranarayana Rishi, fifth one is the Kapila Bhagavan, sixth one is the Dattatreya, seventh one is the Suyajna. So these seven incarnations he has explained, and the first three Purusha incarnations are Karnodakasaya Vishnu, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, and then Virat Rupa form. Virat Rupa form or Kshirodakasaya Vishnu form, there are and Super Soul, they are the same personality, Kshirodakasaya Vishnu. So three Purusha incarnations and seven Leela incarnations. Now that is Suyajna is the in the last verse, that verse is the ततः सप्तमः आकोच्चां रुचिरेघ्नो अभिजायत सयामध्यैः सुरगणैः अपा स्वयं भुवान्तरम्. So as the son of Akuti and Ruchi Prajapati, so the Suyajna is born as a twin, as a couple, not twins, a couple, like a Suyajna and Dakshina Devi. They both are born in the womb of Akuti. Later on, Swayambhu Manu has taken the Suyajna, a child, and then he has raised him. And then Ruchi and Akuti, they have raised the Dakshina, Sudakshina, and then later on, once they grown up, and Suyajna married to Sudakshina later on, and then he gave birth to the Suyama and including many other children. So at the time, Suyagna occupied the position of Indra. So that is in the last sloka we have learned. And today we shall go to the next sloka. So today it is about the Rishabhadeva. So Rishabhadeva is born of the Meru Devi and Nabi, King Nabi and Meru Devi. And then this eighth incarnation was King Rishabha, son of King Nabi and his wife Meru Devi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses, who are honored by all orders of life. So again, this Rishabhadeva's incarnation, it is also a source for the Jain Dharma, Jainism. So they worship Rishabhadev in the similar kind of. So they have got in that lineage Titankaras, so something like that. They call the sannyasis who are like Digambaras, uh, like the completely renouncement. Of course, that has come from Kotaka, Venkata, Kotakachala. So there was a king who is in the southern India. So he was ruling those places, but he imitated Rishabhadeva's activities, which Sukadeva Goswami condemned such kind of imitation. And then because of that, that lineage has come, which is against the Vedic injunctions. Imitation is not the thing, but one has to go through these Vedic injunctions. Sukadeva Goswami mentions in the fifth canto that description of Rishabhadeva's activities. So this particular was Rishabhadeva's one. Okay, so first we shall recite, and then every devotee take a turn reciting 3 times, and then we practice to learn this verse. अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जाता उरुक्रमः दर्शयन्वत्म धीराणं सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जात उरुक्रमः दर्शयन्वत्मधीराणं सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम्. So dear devotees, kindly take a turns to recite it 3 times. Saranya Mataji, would you like to go 3 times?
Hare Krishna. अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जादा उरुक्रमः दर्शयान्वात्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जादा उरुक्रमः दर्शयान्वात्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जादा उरुक्रमः दर्शयान्वात्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम्. Hare
Very
Krishna.
beautiful. Perfectly recited, Mataji. Thank you so much. And can I request Asha Mataji, please?
Yes, Prabhu. Forgive me. Try. अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यास्तु नाभिजात उरुक्रमा दर्शनानां सर्वस्काम नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यास्तु नाभिजाते उरुक्रमा दर्शनानां सर्वे राम नमस्कृतम्.
This is Sarva Darshayan Vatma Dhiranam Sarva
Darshan.
Ashrama Namaskuritam Dhiranam Sarvashrama Namaskuritam. Yes, Mataji, kindly go ahead again.
अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यास्त्रं तु नाभिर्जात उरुक्रमा दर्शयान् वर्म धीराणां प्रभुभूतानां सर्वेषां नमस्कारः.
Yes, Mataji. So, can you follow me behind me?
Betul.
Ashtame meru devyam tu
अष्टमी मेरुदेव्यां तु
nabir jata urukramaha
नाभिर्जात
urukramaha
उर्क्रमः
darshayan vatma dhiranam
दक्षयन् वत्मदीराण्यं
darshayan vatma dhiranam
दर्शयन् वत्मदीराणां
sarvashrama namaskrutam.
सर्वाश्रमनमस्कृतम्.
Very beautiful. Can you do alone, Mataji?
अष्टमे मेरुदेव्याम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जात उर्क्रमः दर्शयान् वर्मैं दृष्टानां सर्वेषां नमस्कृतम्.
Yes. Darshayan vatma
दर्शयन्
dhiranam.
वर्म
Dhiranam.
दर्शयन् वर्म
Dhiranam.
धीराणां
Dhiranam.
धीराणां
Dhiranam.
धीराणां
DH. Dhiranam.
धीराणां
Yes.
दर्शयन् वर्म धीराणां सर्वत्रम
Sarva
नमस्कृतम्.
ashrama. Sarva plus ashrama. Sarva ashrama. So here,
सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम्.
yes. Sarva ashrama namaskritam. So when we see
सर्वाश्रम
the words,
नमस्कृतम्.
long words, then it is split here in the synonyms. Sarva ashrama. Sarva ashrama namaskritam. So here, if we see here, ashrama, it is, sorry, astame, astame. So here it comes under S, there is a dot here. It comes as a sha. And T, there is a dot. There are two tas, ta and ta. And then there are three sas, sa, sa, sha. This is the second sha. And this is second ta. Ashtame, Ashtame, Meru, Devyam. And this is, there is a hyphen on top of A. It is prolonging A sound. And there is a dot on M. It is like a So Ashtame Meru Devyam tu Naber Jata Urukramaha. And here there is a dot under H. It is Visarga. Ha. Urukramaha. It comes with the sound AH, taking the sound of the previous vowel sound or something like that. If aha or ihi, something like that. If I is there, ihi kind of thing. Darshayan, this is the second sa, sha, sa. This is the third sa. Darshayan Vatmadhiranam. Dhirara. Here DH, dhi, it comes with more stress on the sound. Dhiranam. And here there is again the dot under the N. Nam. Na, and then there is a kind of sound. N and sound. Nam. Dhiranam. And it is a kind of a second na. If there are two nas, na, ana. So dhiranam. And then, so this one also can be seen here. Dhiranam. Second na. In the first na, where do we see in this one? If we see, this is the first na, and then this is second na. Nam. Dhiranam. Sarva ashrama. Sarva plus ashrama, sarvashrama. This is second sha, third sa. Sarvashrama, namaskrutam. And sa krutam. KR, it is always kru. This is Krishna. This is the sound we use, and Krutam. So Ashtame Meru Devyam tu Nabir Jata Urukramaha Darshayan Vatmadhiranam Sarvashrama Namaskrutam. Okay, would you like to go again, Saranya Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna. अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जादा उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वत्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम्. Prabhu, 3 times more.
Yes, Mataji.
अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जादा उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वत्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमनमस्कृतम्. अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जादा उरुक्रमः दर्शयान् वात्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान्.
Very beautiful, Mataji. Asha Mataji, would you like to go?
अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जादा उरुक्रमः दर्शयान्वात्माधीराणां सर्वेश्वरमनमस्कृतम्. अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जादा उरुक्रमः दर्शयान्वात्माधीराणां सर्वाश्रमनमस्कृतम्. अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जादा उरुक्रमः दर्शयान्वात्माधीराणां सर्वाश्रमनमस्कृतम्.
Very nice. So here, this one, Dhiranam. We have to stress the sound here. Dhi.
धीराणां
Dhiranam. Dhiranam. Dhi. There is a Dhi.
Thi or Di, Prabhu?
DH. Dhi.
Di.
Dhi. So there is this, the tongue touches the top, the palate, and then more air is stressing through the sound. Dhi.
Di. Dhirana.
So Dhi. Okay, you'll get it, Mataji. So this is, there are sounds like more stressing. So Saranya Mataji, would you say this word?
Which one, Prabhu? Sorry.
Dhiranam.
Dhiranam.
Yes. Dharshayan Vatmadhiranam Sarvashrama Namaskrutam. So these words, we are learning the Sanskrit, the pronunciations, so that it will be easy for us. Once we practice dharana, these words will come repeated in the coming verses again and again. Then it will be easy for us to recite. Okay, so can I request, just we go through this one. So you read this first line and then Mataji, Saranya Mataji, and explain about this one, understanding the synonyms and the context of it, please.
Hare Krishna. So, Ashtame Merudevyam tu Nabhirjada Urukramaha. So, Ashtame means Ashtame, the 8th of the incarnation. Merudevyam tu, in the womb of Merudevi, the wife of Nabhe, King Nabhi, Jada took birth, Urukramaha, the all-powerful Lord. So, here, the 8th incarnation of Lord took birth in the womb of Meru Devi, and by the king Nabi, and took birth the all-powerful Lord, so which is Rishabhadeva. So the 8th incarnation of Lord Rishabhadeva took birth in the womb of Meru Devi. She's the wife of King Nabi. So yes, Prabhu. So that is what the 8th incarnation of Lord, that is Rishabhadeva, took birth in the womb of Meru Devi. Meru Devi, she is the wife of King King Nabhi. Isn't it, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, perfectly explained. Okay, so next line, Asha Mataji, would you like to say this, understand, and then understand the meanings and the translation? So can you please explain in your own words, Mataji?
Darshayavatmadhiranam sarvatra namaskritam. Darshaya, by showing, Vatma, the way, Dharana, of the perfect being, Sarva, all, Ashrama, others, orders of life, Namaskritam, honored by. So the by showing the way, uh, he's showing the perfect things by ordering of life. This So in this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection. Yeah. So who have fully controlled their senses, they have honored by all orders of life. Sorry, Prabhu, I didn't quite understand.
Yes, Mataji, you did explain nicely. So this is Vatmadhiranam, by showing that the path, the process for what? Dhiranam, or the perfect beings. Vatmadhiranam. People progress how to perfect their lives, human lives. And then Sarva Ashrama, this is the Varna and Ashrama. We have got the 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. 4 Ashramas are Brahmacharyam, Grihastham, Vanaprastham, Sannyasam. And 4 Varnas are the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. These are the Sarva Ashramas. And Namaskritam, so honored by. So all these orders of life of the people, they respect this path, who are honored by all orders of life. And here, which is, we also see sometimes there are some sannyasis, Digambara sannyasis, they're completely renounced. But we don't see frequently in the ordinary human societies, among the ordinary people. They're a bit far away from them. So here, but whereas Rishabhadeva, when he was following that path, so it is kind of Ajagara Vritti. Ajagara Vritti means whatever it comes to him, the food coming by the arrangement of the Lord, he accepts it. If someone will give a banana, and he will take it, and he stays at only one place. He eats there, and also he passes stool and urine there in the same place. He doesn't move anywhere. If he doesn't get any food, he doesn't take. So likewise, this Rishabhadeva was there. That is Darshan Vatmadhiranam, that path which is followed by the um, of the perfect beings, and is respected by everyone. And when Rishabhadeva was like that, so passing the stool and urine, so what happens? Instead of coming, if ordinarily bad smell comes, but it was so aromatic that it is all going around so many places in the very long distance. That is the Rishabhadeva. Okay, so that is Darshan Vatmadhiranam. Okay, so dear devotees, if you have got any questions here so far, in terms of any Sanskrit words to stress or how to pronounce, or any questions? Okay, so if no questions, then that means you understood this shloka. We are not going in a grammatical way, but that is not our focus. Our focus is to try to remember this shloka so that how to remember the Lord. And as soon as we remember Vrishabhadeva, we see this one. Ashtami Merudevam tu Nabirjat Gurukramaha Darshanvatmadhiranam Sarvashrama Namaskrutam. We are stressing this learning the shlokas until 29 because whoever recites these 29 shlokas of this first canto, third chapter, so they will be free from all kinds of the mm, mm, lamentations and free from the distresses coming from the material nature. जन्मगुह्यं भगवतोय एतत् प्रयतो नरः सायं प्रातर्गुणन् भक्त्या दुःखग्रामात् विमुच्यते. Dukkha vimuchyate. So we are going up to that point. So here, this is the eighth shloka. So there are 22 shlokas describing, 22 incarnations of the Lord, Leela avatars, 3 Guna avatars, 3 Purusha avatars. And if we recite all these things at the end, Ete chamshakalaha pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mrudayanti Yuge Yuge. So, but Krishna is beyond, he is above all of these incarnations. Krishna to Bhagavan Swayam, he is the Swayam Bhagavan. All other are his Guna avatars, Purusha avatars, Leela avatars. But Krishna, Swayam, he is the original personality. Okay, so this is the Vrishabhadeva. And the dear devotees, kindly try to remember again by reciting. It will come to the Smriti whenever you need it. So, Saranya Mataji, would you like to go 3 times? And again, uh, if, if possible, without looking, so kindly recite this verse, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I'll try. अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जाता उरुक्रमः दर्शयान् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जाता उरुक्रमः दर्शयान् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जाता उरुक्रमः दर्शयान् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम्. Krishna. I'll try, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जाता उरुक्रमः दर्शयान्वत्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मे
Go ahead.
अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जाता उरुक्रमः दर्शनां वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम्. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Mataji. It is Darshayan.
दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम्.
Once again, Mataji.
अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिजाता उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम्.
Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Mataji. अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जाता उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमान् नमस्कृतम्. Okay, can I request Asha Mataji, please?
अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जाता उरुक्रमः दर्शयान् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जाता उरुक्रमः दर्शयान् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम् अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जाता उरुक्रमः दर्शयान् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम्.
Very nice. Would you like to do without looking, Mataji? You can close your eyes and remember the recitation and then.
Ashtame Devyam tu Nabe.
Yeah, when you need help, you can pick your eyes. You can just have a look.
Nabe Jata Urukkama Darshan Atma Viranam Sarvasharma Namaskritam.
Yes, again have a look and do it, Mataji. Again later on without looking.
Okay. Ashtame Mere Devyam du Nabe Jata Urukkama Darshayan Vatma Viranam Sarva Sarvashrama Sarvashrama Namaskritam. Now without looking Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Ashtame Mere Devyam du Nabe Nabijata Rukkama Darshan Vatma Viranam Darshan Sarvatrama Namaskritam.
Very beautiful. Perfect, Mataji. So because these verses are given by the Lord, everyone will get it. We do not have to worry about we need to put intelligence. It is not related to intelligence or remembrance, something like that. It is dharana. It will come to everyone. If it is a materialist things, we need something, some kind of hard work. It is very hard to even remember unnecessary things. It will come to everyone. It is the Lord's directly understandable. Okay, so easy way. Saranya Mataji, would you like to go again, Mataji, without looking 3 times?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Ashtame Meru Devyam tu Nabhirjada Urukramaha Darshayan Vatmadhiranam Sarvasraman Namaskritam. Ashtame Meru Devyam tu Nabhirjada Urukramaha Darshayan Vatmadhiranam Sarvasraman Namaskritam. Ashtame Meru Devyam tu Nabhirjada Urukramaha Darshayan Vatmadhiranam Sarvasrama Namaskritam.
Very beautiful. Yes. Now, Asha Mataji.
Ashtame Devyam tu Nabir Chata Rukkamaha Dasya Vatma Viranam Sarvatruma 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 Namaskritam.
Yes. And have a look at once, Mataji, and then do the without looking later on.
I'm looking and telling this time, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Once look and then later on without looking.
Okay. Ashtame Meru Devyam tu Nabirjada Vikramaha Darshayan Vatma Dhiranam Sharvashrama Namaskritam. Ashtame Meru Devyam tu Nabir Nabir Jatu Urkamaha Jatu Urkamaha Darshan Vardu Dhiranam Dhiranam Sarvashrama 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 Namaskritam.
Yes, beautiful. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely reciting. So this way, in our day, when we are remembering this verse, automatically we are doing work. You can remember this verse by that is called dharana, remembering, reciting again and again. Okay, so thank you so much, and we shall read some purport on it. Um, Anyone would like to read this purport? Then,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
yes, Mataji, please.
The society of human beings is naturally divided into 8 by orders and status of life. The 4 divisions of occupation and 4 divisions of cultural advancement. The intelligent class, the administrative class, the productive class, and the labor class are the 4 divisions of occupation. And the student life, the householder's life, retired life, and renounced life are the 4 status 4 of cultural advancement towards the path of self realization. Out of these, the renounced order of life or the order of sannyasa is considered the highest of all, and a sannyasi is constitutionally the spiritual master for all the orders and divisions. In the sannyasa order also there are 4 stages of upliftment towards perfection. These stages are called Udishaka, Bahudaga, Parivrajagacharya, and Paramahamsa. The Paramahamsa stage of life is the highest stage of perfection. This order of life is respected by all others. Maharaja Rishabha, the son of King Nabi and Meru Devi, was an incarnation of the Lord, and he instructed his sons to follow the path of perfection by tapasya, which sanctifies one's existence and enables one to attain the stage of spiritual happiness, which is eternal and ever increasing. Every living being is searching after happiness, but no one knows where eternal and unlimited happiness is obtainable. Foolish men seek after material sense pleasure as a substitute for real happiness, but such foolish men forget that temporary so called happiness derived from sense pleasure is also enjoyed by the dogs and hogs. No animal, bird, or beast is bereft of sense pleasure. In every species of life, including human form of life, such happiness is immensely obtainable. The human form of life, however, is not meant for such cheap happiness. The human life is meant for attaining eternal and unlimited happiness by spiritual realization. This spiritual realization is obtained by tapasya or undergoing voluntarily the path of penance and abstinence from material pleasure. Those who have been trained for abstinence in material pleasure are called dhira, or men undisturbed by the senses. Only these dhiras can accept orders of sannyasa and they can gradually rise to the status of Paramahamsa, which is adored by all members of society. King Rishabha propagated this mission, and at the last stage, he became completely aloof from the material bodily needs, which is a rare stage not to be imitated by foolish men, but to be worshipped by all. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, Mataji. Would you like to shed any takeaway points from this purport? Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhupada was saying like Prabhupada is explaining the Sanadhanas like what is Sarvasrama, like the orders of society, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya, and Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. So, Prabhupada was mentioning Sannyasa order is a spiritual master for all the devotees, and there are 4 stages in the Sannyasa stage like Udishaka, Bahudaga, Parivrajagacharya, and Paramahamsa. So, it's like the different stages of renunciation. First they go to the nearest place, and then like last Parivrajaka like preaching all over the world, and Paramahamsa coming back to the to one dham and just meditating on the activities, and they are ready to go back to Godhead. So the different stages, and the Paramahamsa stage is the highest stage of perfection. That is the at the end when one completely made all their mission, like all their service towards Krishna and his spiritual master. That is the time they end that particular devotee's pastime. So that is the highest stage of perfection. And here Rishabhadeva was doing exactly what is recommended in the Vedic culture. After Vanaprastha, after giving all his things to his sons and grandsons, he left the place and was doing at that Paramahamsa stage was like Prabhupada was mentioning, it cannot be imitated by the normal people, or it is the highest, it's very rare thing, it cannot be imitated, it has to be worshipped. It is a thing to worship, not to imitate, or and we cannot worship that, imitate that also. It's a very rare thing done by Supreme Personality of Godhead. And another thing is Prabhupada was mentioning, like the happiness which is considered to be happiness in this material world, like eating, sleeping, meeting, and defending, is common in animal kingdom also. That is, the fourth thing is common in all animals and in human beings also. And often Vedas explains more about all these things, but the real understanding comes when this human form of life is not only meant for that. This human life is meant for something else, because God has given the highest consciousness, so it has to be utilized in the service of Krishna. It has to be utilized in searching why this suffering has happening to me, why, how I can come out of the BDOD circle. So that is Prabhupada was mentioning, happiness is obtainable. This abominable happiness is obtainable in all kind of animal species, but human being of life is not meant for that thing. And dhira means one can control the senses. So which is mean by the dhira means the brave man is one who is undisturbed by the senses, who can control the senses. So these Dhiras can accept the orders of sannyasa. Not everyone can accept the sannyasa and renounce everything and preach all these things. This need an immense power and immense control over the senses. So only Dhiras can accept the order of sannyasa. That is also Prabhupada was mentioning. And gradually they can come to the status of Paramahamsa level. So sannyasa is also not like a easy thing. There is also different stages, and at last the devotee come to the Paramahamsa stage, which is worshipable by all normal class of men. Yes, Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu. This is what I could understand.
Very perfectly explained, Mataji. Very beautiful. So that's all. This is called preaching. So just understanding this one, and just whatever we speak from this purport, backing with the verses, quoting the references. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tada dehantara praptihi dheras tatra namuhyati dheraha tatra namuhyati. He is not bewildered by changing the bodies. He understands. Gataswadham imam deham virukto mukta bandhanaha. So अविज्ञात गतिर्जह्या धीर सवै धीर उदाहृतः सवै धीर उदाहृतः. He is called Dhira. Who is it? Gataswadham imam deham. He has utilized this body for all his gataswadham, for his personal sense gratification. He is krupanaha palahetavaha, who are enjoying the fruits of their bodily actions. They are krupanaha. Gataswadham imam deham virakta mukta bandhanaha. And then after that, who is relieved from all kinds of the entanglements with the body and bodily attachments. And then that person, avijnata gatir jahyar, without telling anyone from the family and anyone, or friends, anyone, avijnata gatir jahyar savai dhira udahrutaha. He goes to the forest or the dhamas, and then he spends rest of the time there. So whether if he dies in the home, what happens? What does he achieve? Again, entanglement in this material world. Either he dies inside the home or outside, either way he will die, and one day. It doesn't matter. It is not belong to this material. He is not belonging to this material world, and nothing belongs to him. He will die anywhere. If he dies in the home, he will make everyone to cry for some time, and then everyone feels some separation, and then they will get some feelings. It is just a a few days. But after few days, again people will they engage themselves in all their activities. Every living entity has got their own journey. They will forget the person. It is in our day-to-day experience because it is either father, a child, or mother. No one can protect other. So, but here Dhera, understanding that Avijnata Gatirjahya Savai Dhera Udakrutaha, and he leaves the home at the time whenever it is appropriate, understanding that it is time for him. So, without entanglement with any of the bodily attachments, he is called Dhera, Savai Dhera Udakrutaha. Okay, so that is nicely explained by Prabhupada. Here, Rishabhadeva has propagated this mission and he also explained to his children, that is, Nayam Deho Dehabajam Duloke Kastan Kaman Arhate Vidbhujam Ye Tapodivyam Putrakayen Sattvam Sudya Jasmat Brahmasokyam Kwanantam. So, my dear children, so he's saying, Nayam Deho Dehabajam Duloke, in this material world of the people, Duloke, it is not the cat Loki or dog's Loki. It's a Duloke. This is what is that? Kastan Kaman Arhate Vidbhujambhya. Even the stool eating pig also receives this pains and pleasures. This is the abominable. See, this is Ahar Bhayametunam cha Samanyam Yetat Pasubihi Naranam. It is the common for the Pasubihi Naranam, animals and the human beings. Dharmohi Tesham Adiko Vishesho. That is only dharma is separating from the animalistic life. That's why dharmena hina pasubihi samana. If he doesn't follow dharma, he is the animal. So here Rishabhadeva is telling tapodivyam putrakayena sattvam sujyajasmat brahmasokyam tvanantam. So free from such kind of materialistic life. Engage yourself in the tapasya. Then once you free from your this material entanglement, sujyajasmat brahmasokyam tvanantam. Brahma Saukyam. This is the unlimited happiness derived from the transcendental position. Brahma Saukyam. That he has given that knowledge to King Bharata, who is the first son of Rishabhadeva. And Rishabhadeva has got 100 sons, and Bharata is the eldest of all. So we know about King Bharata's story as well later on. Again, he has got 3 lives. Though his father mentioned that Sujya Jasmat Brahma Sokyam Panantam, but what has done? So he got attached, even though he left the family, he goes to the forest, again he got attachment with a deer. And again he has to take another deer life in the next, and then again Jada Bharata, 3 lifetimes. So this is King Rishabhadeva's instructions. And this ashrama, whatever King Rishabhadev has performed, it is worshipped by everyone. Okay, so this is the beautiful purport. Thank you so much, Saranya Mataji. Very beautifully explained. Okay, any other comments? Asha Mataji, you wanted to add any questions you wanted to raise? Okay, so that is from this shloka learning. Astame meru devyam tu nabir jata gurukramaha darshanvatma dhiranam sarvashrama namaskrutam. Very beautiful verse to remember. Okay, dear devotees, if you are happy, then we shall conclude this session and continue with further japa. Okay. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. शिल प्रभुपाद की जय. Have a Krishna conscious day, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri